Alright, so it's been about 45 minutes. I've been sitting here scrubbing away at this thing. And what I did, I took his towel. And I wrapped the towel around the shaft. And then squirted it down with my degreaser, right? And I was hoping, beyond hope, let's see, that because the degreaser wouldn't just sit on it, it just rolled off. I figured maybe I would have a chance at I'm just going to pull this screw all the way out. Set screw. Then see if I can no. There is quite a bit of gunk built up in here. Right in here. I don't think this is going to come out the way I want it to. No matter what I do. And I took the scraper off of my brush here. And I went through, and I know some of y'all want to see stuff like that, and others don't. And personally, I wanted to have a smoke or something. Cigarette. Nothing else. I don't smoke nothing else. I have two vices in life. Cigarettes and caffeine. And I would never advise anyone to start smoking. Never. Never. Don't start smoking. That's a terrible thing. But I do, and I'm hooked. Well, anyway, I can't get that little bit of gunk out in here, and I think that's going to keep me from getting this to come out. Let's see. And this brush, if you hadn't noticed, when I started this project, this brush was slammed full of bristles. And as the project has progressed, my brush has slowly lost every bristle in it. So, I don't know what to do here. If I dunk the drill chuck in here into the cleaner or whatever, evapor rust, I'm afraid it's not going to work. But to be quite honest, it really needs to be taken apart. It is stiff. Oh my God, I think it has as much gunk as everything else. Now, what I did manage to do is I cleaned all the gunk off of here and right here. And now, it doesn't sound nowhere near as broken a bearing in it as it did before. Remember before when I took it, it wouldn't even go all the way around if I forced it. And now, but that bearing still sounds rough. So that means more than likely I'm going to have to take that bearing out. And I can't remember which way a drill press goes. But what I got down here is a retention ring. I need a spanner wrench. There's two pins right here. There's a pin slot here and a pin slot here. And I imagine they screws in and holds the bearings, and everything slides in from the bottom. This all slides up this way. And then the bearing at the top needs to be pressed out. And then all the rest of it, you know, is the shaft and all down through here. But it's this bearing here that is bad. But no matter what, I got to take the whole thing out to take the bearing out, right? So I'm stuck on what to do. Now, I'm going to take my instrument and I'm going to measure this. My calipers. I'm going to measure that and find out if that's a JT2 or JT, I think it's a JT2, but it might be a JT3 or whatever. Jacob's taper. And I might go order the shims because I don't have the equipment to make them. And as you can see, we're sitting here looking at a trash can, and I've been scraping all my stuff into the trash can. And I'm still just pulling oodles and oodles of factory dust and grease, and I don't know. I'm thinking this machine was made in about 1968. So it's actually quite a bit older than me. A little bit older than me, and that doesn't matter. let's give it some new life, because it's basically some simple stuff to it. And just because it's old doesn't mean it don't work, and they haven't made any grand improvements on the system of a drill press. In fact, they seem to be cheaping out even more and more every year with them. So, what was I talking about? We need to, I think I'm going to stick this down in there too with everything. I don't know how to get apart a Jacob's chuck. Let's see. HAR7 F or a P. Hartford. Oh, Hartford, Connecticut. Sorry. A 6A. There you go. 93 taper is what it. J3 taper. Let's take a brush here. I know what y'all are wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, so here it says Jacob's Chuck. There it says Hartford, Connecticut, made in USA. This says 6A, 33 taper, cap 01, capacity 0 to 1/2. Alright, so we got a 33 taper. Jacob's 33 taper. And I got to go find out which wedges it takes to take off a Jacob's 33. It's a set of wedges. And I messed up. I had the wedges online where I could buy all 4 sets of Jacob's taper wedges for like $35 just a couple years ago. And now they're $20 per set. And there's 4 sets. So I'm a little frustrated with that, but that bearing does not have the sound that I want a bearing to have. Can you hear it? It's just not right. See, this end, no noise. This end, lots of noise. So, as that is, I think I'm going to dunk it Jacob's taper. You know what? What if I just sit there and dunk this end in the evapor rust? And where would we be at that? Now, this shaft is awful long. And I got a set screw sitting up here. What if I put the set screw back in this? Because when I first pulled this out, I thought it was a piece of bronze sitting up there, because these people have replaced a number of parts on this machine with bronze. And that had me scratching my head. But the place I bought it from had a full machine shop, so maybe they know something I don't. Alright, so where are we at here? I gotta take a chuck off. It's a 33 taper. It says it right there. Jacob's chuck. 33 taper. 6A. And I wonder, I know what needs to happen. If I dunk this, I'm going to have to take this apart and grease it. But it's not working well. So, no matter what, it's got to come off. Because it's not operating smoothly like it's supposed to. See, I should be able to turn that by hand. And it's nothing. So, we're going to dunk this bitch down in the evapor rust with everything else. And I'm going to let it sit there for a hour or two now. And you may now wonder, there's my bucket of evapor rust. So far in our bucket of evapor rust, we have, let's pull it out and I'll show you the goodies. I put all of the stuff in here. And all the stuff for the depth stop turned out to be some kind of Zamac or something like that. Casting, as you see all the dots, and so we're going to figure that out. I even put the spring in there. We're missing the washer, and the things I'd already stuck in here last night I might have to take out this evening, but they are not quite where I wanted. like the paint, there was paint all over this. I'm hoping the paint will come off. And here's the depth stop. This was painted, and this has precision markings on it. So I'm hoping the paint will come off. I got the paint off of this, which again, I'm thinking is a casting. I don't know. It has all these little geared teeth on it, and they seem impossible to cut. But it's numbered. The depth stop is numbered by 1/16 of an inch, I think. I see 00 and 70, 60, and 40. So this is actually in tenths. Or 10,000ths, I guess. I don't know. So I'm gonna let that sit there and eat for a little bit. And I have nothing else I can do right now. I've taken everything else apart. So we're chilling like villains. There's my hands again. And I washed my hands twice while working on this. So I need to figure out a way to cover this up so the cat doesn't come in here and decide to try to take a drink out of it. And sometimes to put the cover on it is the best thing you can do. And other times the cover doesn't quite do what you want it to. Like that. So anyway, that's where we're at for right now. I'm going to go inside. I've been at this, I don't know, I'd say it's 7 a.m. now, and I've been out here since 5:30. So I'll see you in a bit.